I'm a little bit late today, but it's not bad. Kami was kind of blocking the seedlings that I wanted to show on the stream. But yeah, I finally made it. Kami was a little bit disappointed because it's a little bit colder today. I'm just heating up the oven, trying to start a nice fire, have a nice, comfortable atmosphere going. Yeah, and I'm cleaning seeds here, cleaning cactus seeds. These were from yesterday, Sörensia Fattery seeds. Fattery Orange by Family Hofer. So yeah, I'm cleaning them now. And then I will do the seedlings. I will show you the seedling containers today. Welcome everyone. A little bit later today, but it's okay. I want to be a little bit flexible from time to time. And it's hard because I kind of like my daily rituals always at the same time. But yeah, trying to go online around this time usually. But every now and then, either the wood oven takes more time or Kami. So yeah, welcome to my stream, guys. Today I'm just cleaning stuff, cleaning cactus seeds, checking containers, that kind of stuff. So yeah, just let me put this thing on mute here. Okay. I muted my phone in case it is it rings in the video. Okay. Yeah, cleaning everything here. Welcome to my live stream, guys. Still in the middle of cleaning yesterday's seeds that I brought on the stream that we cleaned here. Sörensia Fattery Orange. Nice plant. Hey Dave, good morning. How's it going? Hope you're all right. I've just fired up the wood oven here, trying to make it warm. And that took a little bit longer than usually. Oh yeah, that's great. A little bit time off every now and then is a good idea. Also important for mental health, just to be at home, to relax. I like that. Yeah, the wood oven, I don't know. Every now and then it feels like it doesn't pull enough oxygen from the, like from the chimney kind of thing. I feel like maybe the chimney is a little bit too slim, like too small, but most of the time it works. It's one of these things when like you have to do everything right, and then it doesn't cause problems, but you can't let it go. You can't walk away while you're trying to get a fire going. You really need to sit beside the fire and watch the fire all the time, because if at some point thing goes out again, it starts with a lot of smoke. I don't know. At this point, I really believe it's either the kind of firewood that I'm using, that the starter wood. Sometimes I don't have the problem, so I feel like it could be the wood that I'm using, the small pieces of wood to start the fire. Maybe some of them don't have the right humidity, but yeah, it's working most of the time. Hey, good morning. I'm here cleaning seeds, and apart from that, I brought seedlings again. I dropped one, and I have to transplant them again, the seedlings. So yeah, there's always something to do with cacti. And in the future, I will probably bring the seedlings into the stream too, like the bigger ones, so we can discuss them. might be interesting, like the little videos that I'm posting right now, the reels. We could do that on the stream too. In maybe 10 minutes, I gotta put another piece of wood on the fire. I'm constantly watching it because it's now I have the right kind of amount of, I don't know what, like burning coal, like the really hot coal that's going on in there. But I have to constantly watch it and put something on it. It's something, it's so basic, starting a fire, you know, it's such an instinct that is in all of us probably. And yeah, it's not so easy sometimes. Oh yeah. I love birds. Say hello to your friend, to the bird friend. I love birds. I'm doing a lot to feed them here. So yeah, that's great. I'm still waiting for everything, waiting for window, waiting for heating oil. Nothing has happened. And I'm always watching my phone in case they call me. But so far, nothing. We'll see how that will go long term. I think at some point I will just get a message. The way it usually happens is that they call me an hour earlier and tell me they want to deliver heating oil. And then I got to stop with everything and just focus on that. It's always a huge thing where I live here. Yeah, tell Buddy hello. Tell Buddy I said hello. Yeah, but that's probably how it's going to happen in the next days, sometime soon. I just want it over. I just want it behind me. Hey, I don't know what that means, but hey, hello, good morning. So yeah, still cleaning seeds, still cleaning cactus seeds here. It's a nice, relaxing kind of thing, activity that you do when you sit down, and you can just do it beside watching television. That's the good thing about seed cleaning work, packing seeds and all that stuff. You can at least do it while you watch something. You are doing most of it on autopilot. I'm just going through to sort out the seeds that I already sorted out, where I feel like they were still viable. This species has tiny seeds, so you sometimes sort something out that might actually come up. The smaller the seed, the bigger this, the more often this is a problem. They're really tiny, but still round. I can feel it when I touch them. The ones that are flat are usually unviable. Okay. So yeah, welcome everyone to our live stream. I'm just sitting here in my little cabin kind of thing, having a wood burner beside me, packing seeds, and then we will check the seedlings. I'm really looking forward to the new year. I want to leave it all behind me. I want to leave 25 behind me. It's just time. I had already moved on in like last spring. It's time. I want to move on. I want to focus on the next cactus season already. That's coming up. I was out in the greenhouses earlier, and everything looks great. The plants look great in the greenhouses. I hadn't been looking for a few days, so I had a very bad feeling. And then I opened up the door and everything looked perfect, like great. I mean, not perfect, but you know, it was okay. Am I single? I'm just getting, like, I'm going through my divorce right now. Like, I'm not divorced yet, but it will happen apparently. I heard that. You know, I was happily married for, I don't know, I haven't counted, 8 years now. And it wasn't in it, and I felt great. Was nice, but things didn't work out. We lost the dog. When we lost our dog Snoopy, things kind of became difficult. You know how it always happens. Life, life kind of gets in between. Kind of fall out of love, especially like after losing the dog. Yeah, and then unfortunately that's how it came. But it happens. I mean, happens to so many people. I'm just glad that I can at some point leave it behind, you know, that kind of chapter in my life. Okay. Yeah. So let me continue. Just cleaning everything here. This is Sörensia Fattery Orange. Okay. Next one. Let's check the seedlings. Little Christmas trees back again. Merry Christmas, everyone. I can feel like the spirit of Christmas already rising. The spirit rises. Okay. So yeah, these are looking good, but I apparently, like, the seedlings are a little bit on shaky ground. The soil is kind of dry and puffy, and that makes it a little bit difficult for the seedlings to have a solid position where they always are. You know, every time I touch the pot, it gets difficult again. So I kind of compact the soil a little bit just with a pen, just to get it a stable like a stable, solid base for the seedlings again. These are Lobivia winteriana seedlings. That is great. I'm not sure what that is, plasterboard. I'm not sure what it is. Some sort of like at the house kind of thing, like for the floor or whatever. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe you can explain it. Just hearing that there's an ambulance, something like that in the background here. Hope things are all right. Every time an ambulance is driving through the road, I'm worried it's someone that I know. Okay. So yeah, these are the seedlings. These are looking great actually, but some variegation in the middle of them. But everything looking really good. Check this out. And you can even see the difference in color in the video. You know, some of them are almost yellow and others are perfect green. It's definitely interesting. Okay. Here's a seedling that's kind of too close to the wall, but I'm just transplanting it a little bit, just moving it a few centimeters. And then it should be all right. Just careful that you don't injure the base, injure the root. The main root so sensitive. Okay. Here's another tiny seedling that might have lost control with ground, with the soil. So I'm moving this one. Okay, yeah, these were also Lobivia seeds. Let me see. Oh, the kind of walls that I have here, a lot of it is that kind of popcorn ceiling kind of wall that has been very common around here. Yeah, a lot of the walls here have the kind of popcorn ceiling kind of structure, or just, you know, rough that stuff distributed on the wall. I'm not sure how it's called, like but that might be the name, you know, plaster. But unfortunately, in my house, when they kind of renovated everything, when they fixed up everything here, maybe 2000, they redid a lot of the walls and put up this kind of popcorn ceiling kind of material everywhere. And now it's kind of difficult. I mean, you can take it off, you know, you just have to put water on it. But some of them have asbestos, so I just leave it the way it is and hope that everything will be all right. Hey, good morning. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, just talking seedlings here. Everything all right. Talking seedlings and building walls, that kind of stuff. Indoor decoration kind of stuff. Yeah, these are great. Cross of mine. Some seedlings very big and some seedlings very small. I'm not sure why. Probably genetically caused. Some of the seedlings are just maybe variegated, maybe mutated, something like that. It often tells you something about the like genetic problems before you can even see them, and I think this is the case here. Okay, next one. Oh, I gotta put something on the oven, on the fire, before the fire gets out. Let me just need a second to put something, to find the right piece of wood. And I always gotta make sure that there's nothing on it, like a tiny insect or something like that. I don't want to throw one, you know. I got a full nose of smoke. Oh, I got a full face of smoke. Ugh. Yeah, but I want to make sure that the fire doesn't go out now. It took me like half an hour to get it on, and now I need it. It's a great thing when you can start a fire, like a wood oven thing. It creates such a nice, immense heat in the house that it just feels different. It completely messes up the air quality, but apart from that, it's great. Okay, so here also Lobivia winteriana, and some of them very tall, some of them just coming up. This will take a while. They probably need 2 more weeks until they are just normal, starting to grow. Oh, yeah, Dave. Unfortunately, the thing with my mother didn't get better. She was at the police station yesterday. So for everyone who hasn't heard it the first time, my mother was shopping, like they were on the bank with my grandmother. And at some point, some pickpocket kind of thief stole my mom's purse, took it out her, like the jacket, opened up the bag that she had on the side. I think it was the bag. Opened up the zipper, took the purse out, and within just a few minutes completely emptied her bank account. Like took $1,000, and that is so much money for my mother. You know, that is, my mother doesn't have a lot. She's living below, you know, the total minimum, and it broke my heart a little bit. You know, you kind of lose trust in humanity. That was it for me, at least. So she was at the police station yesterday, and they already told her that very often the bank only keeps the video material for a few days, allegedly. So the police wasn't sure if they can even get the video material, but they would try. They would try to get the video, but it could be that either they don't get it, or the guy is on the video, and you know, like me wearing a cap, you can barely see anything, something like that. You know, they definitely didn't make her any hope. She talked with the bank also, with both banks, because they were in one bank and then went to the other. And yeah, there's nobody of them that like the money is gone, is basically what they said to my mother. So yeah, she owes the bank $1,000 now, and I will probably I will pay it for her. I will try to pay it for her. I'm waiting for a tax return, and when I get it, I will just pay it for her. Because also my mother has, you know, I kind of she she put money aside so I can buy heating oil now this week, and I just gotta repay it, you know. So I will try to help her with the bank account, but it's a difficult situation, really bad. So yeah, I spent a large part of yesterday just having contact with my mother, just talking to her on the phone, writing her little messages, just so she isn't so sad, you know. And I'm so disappointed on a human level, like, you know, that you like that you steal from the most vulnerable in society, you know, like that kind of thing. That really stuck with me, and it really made me, I was very disappointed. Like, if this were my child, I can only say it like that all over and over again. If this were my child, that would be out there snatching purses from vulnerable people, I would be so disappointed. And that's how it is, you know. And these people are not happy with themselves, I guarantee. They get up in the morning and they just know that they are on the wrong path, that whatever they're doing is the wrong thing to do. So I just hope at some point they will kind of learn, outgrow. And this was so, it was really organized crime. And it makes you really think that these guys have so much time and so much leeway where they can operate within the bounds of the law. You know, it takes so long to get these guys from the streets down, like off the streets. And yeah, it's kind of frustrating when you look at it like this, that this kind of thing has come up as an organized crime, organized kind of thievery from old people, from vulnerable people, from you know, everyone who kind of, they always pick the victims where they feel like they are safe, you know, safe victims for them. And that is what's so despicable, what I can only look down on. So yeah, unfortunately, this is going to be a very expensive learning experience for my mother. In the future, she really needs to make sure that nobody gets around her, that nobody can just walk, you know, like how they always do when they kind of, one of them is kind of trying to get your attention and the other one is in the back trying to get the purse, you know. She will have to learn to always monitor her surrounding. That's generally a good idea. But yeah, my mom's just, she's having so many issues just walking normally, you know, because she has problems breathing, that kind of stuff. And yeah, it tells you about the people who did this to her. But people have no shame. Some people don't. So yeah, these are looking okay. Nice and healthy seedlings. Healthy spines and all. I really like that. Okay, so these looking okay. There's a little moss in the area here, like in the lower right, probably from you. But it's not a problem. Doesn't seem like it's taking away anything from the seedlings, and that's the only thing that matters to me. If there's a moss in the container, it usually it doesn't always mean you have to do something. Very rarely, actually. Okay. No fungus gnat, fortunately. Think I got my fire going here. Think I can turn down the air a little bit. I really had to learn a lot to how to do this with this oven, kind of making sure that you know what all the levers are for. You would think like just starting a fire, you know, how complicated can it be? How many levers does it need? Make a fire. That should be the only lever, you know, you put it down and it's firing up this thing. But apparently it's not so easy. So yeah, let's have a look at the next ones. Lobivia seedlings. Also Lobivia winteriana, looking okayish. Nothing happening. Can see fungus gnats, and today that means a lot. I keep seeing the problems with fungus gnats everywhere. You know, just now that we are showing it on the stream, it becomes apparent how common the problems with them are. And then it's such a kind of weird kind of damage when the seedling just falls over. You think maybe you kind of handled the pot a little bit too rough, but if you look closely, you see that the fungus gnat larvae has eaten the roots. And yeah, a lot of people have problems with them and don't know. Okay, these are looking great. Great and healthy, great color. Nice set of spines here. These are Uvekale seedlings. We're going to show a lot of cool Uvekale hybrids in the future. Uvekale is probably the breeder who has influenced my own style the most. So long term, this is going to be the direction that it's going. Kind of similar, but with columnar cacti. And that's a great, in my opinion, that's a great direction. I love that. We're trying to take the best of both worlds, trying to get the amazing flowers of hybrids from Uvekale and trying to kind of combine them with better columnar cacti kind of bodies. Yeah, they're looking great. Nice and healthy spines and all. I can close this up again. Always happy to take questions, guys. And apart from that, if not, I would just, you know, do my stuff here. By the way, I had arranged for a pickup, a DHL pickup of a book, like a book that I sold, one of my books, and they still haven't picked it up. Like, I've been waiting for them to pick it up for a week now. Things have become really difficult with them. They recently, just a couple of weeks ago, DHL, where I had ordered 2 huge packs of soil, just classic plant soil, and it was 2, maybe 20 kilos packages, and we have an agreement that they can just put it on the ground, just leave it here, because it's so heavy. And then they came and left one of the 2 packages, and the other one they took to the post office again. And yeah, it's been there since then. Like, and now they are shipping it back again because they didn't want to deliver it. I don't know. They delivered 1/2 of the package, and the other one they took back. It's becoming more difficult to, like, with DHL every year. They are becoming more expensive. the people are paid less, you know, the way they are kind of like the workers are treated unfairly with a lot of work, and you know, it's just, I don't know. It's become difficult. These have just come up. Just very young seedlings. Still need 2 weeks to just start to grow naturally. Rosa California hybrid from a cross of my own from 2025, I think. So it's great to see that the viability is there. I think this was one of the seeds that where we cleaned them on the channel in the last few kind of weeks. So let me put this away. Let me see. Yeah, also this one, tiny seedlings. A lot of different kind of colors. Some of them look like they might be variegated, and I don't like it. And there are one or two in between where I feel like they are already gone because they have been variegated and haven't been grafted. When you have little variegated seedlings, you really you can get into a situation where you have to graft them or they will not make it. And if I look into this container here, I see a lot of them that will probably not make it. A lot of seedlings that have already started to lose substance. So I'm taking one or two out now. I don't want them to become a problem in a closed container. When you take them out, it's easier to do it before it becomes a problem. You can really see that this cross is genetically unhealthy. And it's always this hybrid when I talk about genetic health now in the last streams. It's Humkes Roro. Humkes Roro being a multi-hybrid between Hilde Winterer and Echinopsis. And that kind of cross, it works, but in this case it didn't really had a great genetic health. You can get lucky with these kind of intergeneric hybrids, but in many cases, the further they are apart, the less genetically healthy they are. They tend to be. Let's say that. So yeah, I should be taking out half of the seedlings here because I know that this will be a problem later on. But I will close it up again. I don't want to act too early on it. We constantly control the containers, so it shouldn't. There shouldn't be enough time for it to become a problem. Okay. This is pink stripes, hybrids with pink stripes from my own hybrid cross, 2024. Label says 2022. I'm not sure about that. We'll see. If it's actually from 2022, then the viability of the seeds was still great. I mean, 3 years for viability of seeds isn't so long. The viability usually stays a good 5 years or so. So I'm not so surprised, but they look great. They look like it's been fresh seeds. Okay. Like many others, potted a little bit too deep. Takes away a little bit of light when I move them outside. But at this point, it's just difficult to fix it. We would have to scoop out the top layer of soil. And then it would be hard to get it the way it is now. They are growing healthily. So it's better to do nothing right now. just putting them aside, closing it up again. What isn't a huge problem now. So we can always take care of later. When they are bigger, when they are a little bit more like resistant against all the problems that can happen. Okay. These are looking great. This is a Lobivia, also Lobivia multi-hybrid cross. A lot of healthy seedlings here. Few with little reddish discoloration, but not a problem. Inside the closed container, they will do fine. Sometimes they get a little discoloration just from stress, but not all stress is the kind of stress where you need to do something. A little bit of stress is healthy with cactus seedlings, but you need to know where when it stops being healthy. Okay, next one. Yeah, I mean, these are looking okay, but also a lot of seedlings within a small pot. And there's one that is hanging on the side of the corner here on the plastic where it can't really get nutrients. So I need to transplant it. Need to put it into the soil. Maybe it can recover, but it's already looking very far along. Already very dehydrated. Would be easier to take it out, would be safer to take it out, but I want to give it a chance. We are checking the seedlings so often that it isn't really, that I'm not worried about it. Okay, so now this is the container of seedlings that I dropped. Sometimes we even check the seedlings into the bag, but in this case, that didn't happen. You can see it. It's just a little bit messed up. Not too bad. We can fix it. So I just try to get the seedlings back into the soil. This one needs water too. Absolutely urgently watering. So here, apart from that, the seedlings are looking good. I mean, I can't tell if there are any that are covered by soil, but I don't think so. But this one needs to be watered today. There's still humidity in the bag, but it's not enough to keep them going. They would survive like that, but they won't thrive, and I want them to thrive. Okay. Putting this one aside so I know which one needs water. A few more, and then I'll continue with cleaning the cactus seeds. Over here I have grandiflorus. I had a few fruits on my plant this year. I only have one of them, I believe now. Like the classic grandiflorus, Trichocereus grandiflorus. It has a super beautiful flower, a nice black throat, reddish, nice big flowers, but it's not really the kind of hybrid that I'm working with a lot. So I kept this plant mostly to record it, mostly to show it on the channel. But this year, almost every cross that we made with it succeeded. So there are also a bunch of seeds again. Okay. Looking okay-ish. Big difference in regards to the color, the skin color. But that's all. It's okay. No fungus gnat today. I don't think I've seen a fungus gnat in any of the bags. That is a great thing. That is a good sign today. Maybe we have them under control a little bit. Okay. Yeah, these are also potted too deep. You can see that it's sitting so low that a lot of the light is just filtered. It's blocked. If you use any kind of pot, no matter if it's big, if it's small, fill it up. Fill it up so you don't have to repot so often. And in this case, it's not super dangerous. It's not a huge problem because they will grow. They don't need a lot of light. But later on, the deeper they sink in here, the less light they will get. Also, welcome to all the new visitors in the stream. I appreciate it. We're sowing out cactus seeds. And yeah, having a chat in between. Any kind of questions, I'm happy to take them. Okay. Yeah, they're looking good. We'll close it up again now. I just repositioned a few seedlings here and there. But this is great. Just a few more, maybe 4, I think. Then we are through with them. I always try to cycle through all the seedlings that we've sown out in the last weeks. And yeah, I try to have different ones in every episode, in every stream. Okay, here's a seedling that just disappeared. Probably a fungal infection. You can only see that the spines are left. It really melted. So that is not good. Not a good sign. Here's a seedling that's also too high on the plastic. They will survive on the plastic for a little bit if you have a seed corn that germinates at the top, like hanging somewhere. But it's important to at some point transplant them, put them like with the root into the soil. Otherwise, they will not make it. Taking out all the remnants of the old seedling that we lost here. Apart from that, the seedlings look okay. This is from a hybrid cross of my own. A plant that I got from eBay. Without the label, but it looked a lot like Indio Magic by Max Hybrids. Very nice flower. Really big, beautiful kind of flower. Okay, next one. And these are very young, just freshly germinated seedlings, cactus seedlings, maybe, I don't know, 10 days old at the most. And everything apart from that looks good. But there's a fungus gnat here. I see it. This is the first fungus gnat that I see today. And also, it is the one container where I've seen a seedling where I felt like, okay, the root system looks a little bit suspect. The root system looks a little bit like it always does when fungus gnats do their thing. So I just hope it will recover. I can really see, right now, I can see a larvae on top of the soil. There it is. On the pencil. I'm not sure if you see it, but this is a fungus gnat larvae. and it's alive. Do you find living alone gives you more time thinking? Like, if on one hand, yes. I mean, the way I was always so intense as a person, as a creator, like the way I've become, um, that it was probably hard to have enough space around me, like how I don't know how I do the channel, how I always did it. I was always doing it very committedly, just trying to. This has been such a long time project that I've been working on so long. Where I've just tried to build something, try to build a life for me that supports me. And yeah, I kind of got so worn up by it a little bit. When you are working for a goal and you are committed to that goal, you always want to reach it. And then a lot of the other things kind of go a little bit to the back, and that was a little bit like was with me. So yeah, I mean, now that I'm alone, I live a lot. Everything I do right now, it's either where I take care of the animals, like of Mika and Kami, or I do something for the channel, Yeah. I mean, it gives me more time. It gives me more time in between to also put in the work for the channel, But overall, I mean, if you look at the years where I was in a relationship kind of thing, I was putting out good work, but last year I feel like it has kind of pushed my work to another limit, to another level, kind of thing. I was very happy with everything that I did last year, and when I mean last year, the whole since 2024 to 2025, did a lot of good work in my opinion. So I mean, it didn't just have bad kind of it wasn't just bad, like being single now. It allows me to it is easier for me to just move a big cactus into my living room to do a time-lapse video with it, like when you kind of the kind of stuff where normal people, when you're in a relationship, they would often say, are you insane? Are you insane bringing this cactus into the living room right now? And I don't have that, so as a result, there were many videos of huge cacti flowering in my living room last year. So yeah, I guess that is also a plus, I'm in the next years, I mean, I don't see myself being able to change again. I've become so focused on my work now, doing a lot of work indoors, where I have like what I'm having here, talking about stuff. I built me a little video set just so I can stream from indoors like I'm doing now. And at some point, I don't even know, I could change back within a short time, like become a more sociable person again, like the kind of person where you do stuff, like where you go to the zoo, that kind of stuff. It would be very hard for me to get in that mindset again right now, because everything in my life right now is just about building something, a better future. I'm putting a lot of work into that right now. And yeah, maybe if I hadn't done that, if I had taken a step back, then the thing with the divorce wouldn't be coming. But who knows? I mean, for me, if the way I look at it now, when I tell my life story, maybe in 20 years from now, if I get to that point and am able to talk about that, then I would probably say that this time here, what I'm having now, was important to get me to reach my goal, because indirectly the bad stuff that has happened has also kind of pushed me harder into my passion, into my channel, into the things that I do, into my work, because I was always kind of balancing in between having a normal personal life, like a normal life that you spend after work with your loved ones, and just being the person like that people know me as, you know, like that kind of creator. So yeah, we'll see. But I believe that the bad things that are happening are sometimes also they have a good, they kind of can push you in the right direction nonetheless, you know, like not everything that happens that is terrible in that moment is also terrible for your life long term. And that is how I see it right now. Really believe things are starting to come together with the streaming. I can really see the road ahead. Like the next spring, we will be streaming from outdoors with the plants, with the flowering plants, and this will be great. We are actually right now we're already putting together a nice stream, and we're doing it from indoors. We're sitting here checking seedlings, but next year we are out playing the real game. It's a different ball game, and when the plants are flowering, when all the nature is back on the channel, then this will be amazing for streaming. I'm sure. I'm sure of it. So I'm just sitting here looking forward to that. The next 2 years, I mean, I'm not sure how many years I will still film for the channel, but I will definitely film the next one, and it will be great. I will make sure of that. You know, we will do a great season on streaming live, then when I'm pollinating, that kind of stuff. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. I have good feeling about it. So yeah, these are Arboricola, Sörensia arboricola seedling. Looking okay, but very young, very tiny, fragile kind of seedlings. And there's a fungus gnat flying somewhere. Ugh. Okay. Going through the last two, and then I'm doing a little bit more seed cleaning. Okay, yeah, these are looking terrible. You just feel like the fungus gnats are in this container. I can't see them. I haven't seen any kind of fungus gnat yet, but I just don't like how chaotically the seedlings are positioned. They are kind of, you see some of them are lying sideways. That is the classic fungus gnat kind of thing. Bad fungus gnat. I don't like you. Yeah. I mean, for now it's okay. We will just close it up again. I can't see anything where we can do anything right now. Some of the seedlings will either go, we will either lose them, or they will make it. But at this point, it's too early to tell. So I will put these aside again. So by the way, I tried to grow me a full beard. Like I've been trying to get a beard like from here to here, you know, like the whole thing. And it just doesn't work. I don't know why. I'm not getting any beard here. It just never happens. I'm not sure if that is normal. If people that grow a full beard, if they have to spend their whole life doing it, but it doesn't work for me. I'm getting like the beard here, it gets longer and longer. And here's nothing. Like maybe a little bit, you know, but it's the kind of beard that I need to kind of, where I feel like it looks terrible. So yeah, I've been trying to grow a beard, and I mean, it's okay, like in the front. But when I look at, I saw old photos of my father, and he looked so much like myself, like just with a full beard. And I wanted to see if I looked like that too when I let it grow, but it never really kind of happened. So yeah. And this one is really one of the worst. You can see that there's something has germinated in here, But it's just tiny seedlings, and they will not continue to grow, probably. Very unlikely that these will grow into normal, healthy seedlings. Either they've been disturbed in the beginning, right in the beginning, maybe when it didn't have enough water. You know, sometimes you put in some additional water and then it washes all the tiny seedlings away. Maybe this happened here, or this cross just has a poor genetic health too. Probably the latter, but we'll see. Okay, so yeah, that was it for the seedlings today. 1 or 2 with fungus gnats, but most are okay, and that is very relieving. The fungus gnats have taken a much bigger part in this channel than I actually wanted. But then again, it's a great real life experience how it is when you're growing cactus seeds. You know what I mean? It doesn't really help when the people who do the video never really show problems. So there will be plenty of problems here on the channel. Okay, so now these are the grandiflora seeds. Cleaning it up. Was a pretty big fruit for that kind of plant. I mean, Echinopsis rolei, by the way, is the name of, like, the Echinopsis name of Trichocereus grandiflorus. And Echinopsis rolei, and nobody likes the name. I don't think anybody likes the name. The name had to be taken because grandiflorus, because Echinopsis grandiflorus is already taken. The name was already taken before that name came, then that other one came up. So also the seeds are also very small, by the way. Having them in front of me, it becomes very clear instantly that this is a Sörensia, that you can see the genetic connection to the other Sörensia species, like Sörensia formosa, Sörensia bruchi, has exactly the same seed size that you see in Sörensia, in other Sörensias. One look at the seeds here should be enough to tell you the genetic, some sort of genetic relationship. It's not completely reliable, but if you have 3 or 4 different species that have tiny seeds and you have one that has huge seeds, something is obviously breaking the pattern. So yeah, to everyone who just joined us again, like after yesterday, my mom was at the police station. She pressed charges against the guy who stole her purse. But unfortunately, it seems like the money is gone. You always think, you know, like, I really need to talk about it. So you always think when something happens that the police is able to get photos and videos of the suspect reliably. I mean, we look at our life today. We have digital surveillance in every smartphone. So we have digital surveillance in every household. Then you should at least have some of the benefits when some guy steals the purses of old ladies, you know, that you can at least go to the bank and say, hey guys, have a look at that guy. Show me who that was. You know, like, at the very least, they should be able to reliably produce these kinds of videos. And when my mom was at the police station, they told her they would only keep it for maybe 3 days. 3 days. I mean, come on. It's a bank, you know, like you would always think that they would have at least a year where they can react to these kinds of law enforcement requests that they get, that they probably get a lot, you know. So yeah, but things are pretty bad right now. I'm really hoping it's getting better now. And on the other hand, I feel relieved, because very often, you know, when people are when they scam old people, it can get so much worse. In this case, the damage was like $1,000, and that's terrible. That's really bad. But it's not the kind of experience that the people get to kind of, I don't know, send someone thousands of their savings. Like when you find out that your parent has been taken advantage of, like, you know, when older people are kind of starting to become easy to manipulate, you know, that then there are these specialized scammers that kind of do that. So a lot of terrible things can happen in that regard, and I just hope that it will help us to prevent something like that in the future from happening again. Because it's really difficult. Like, yeah, my mother, she's just a different generation. She didn't grow up with the kind of pop-ups, like just starting with pop-ups, like the way I'm used to them, you know, like when my mom is using her smartphone and there are 1,000 pop-ups coming up, she thinks that's normal, you know, like that kind of. I really need to be careful with that. I'm constantly trying to help, constantly trying to take a look at the browser. Right now, everything is going on the smartphone, but before that, she was using one of those browsers that was full of ads, full of spyware. You know, when I opened up her browser, there were all these kinds of toolbars that shouldn't even be there, you know, like in a normal browser. So I just hope that long term things will be all right now. But you can really, I mean, in the next 10 years, scamming will become so much worse. It's already bad, and with AI, it will be worse. This might even be something that will be a problem for us when we're getting older. Like my generation, I'm moving towards 50 now, and I already feel that I'm starting to, like, when I'm using new technology, I kind of have problems with it. I'm very slow to adapt new technology now. I've been on Instagram, and Instagram has been pushing an app called Edits. Like it's their own video creation app. I don't know. And I should actually have it, you know, because it's important. They said that Edits helps you a little bit to rank a little bit better on Instagram, and I should have it, but I haven't downloaded it just because they keep pushing it on me. They constantly show me download buttons that I don't want to press. They act like I need to own Edits, and that's why I didn't download it yet. So I'm kind of already a little bit like with new technology. I'm getting angry when I keep being confronted with new technology. Hey, good morning. Welcome to the stream. So I'm just cleaning seeds here. This is Grandiflorus seeds that I'm cleaning, and they are starting to become really clean. It's getting better and better. These are Sörens here. I mean, I'm not sure where they will put them, where they will put that species long term, but this belongs into Sörensia, I can tell you. It is like the seeds are just so unique, so typical, and you can see it in the shape of these two. So a lot of the species that were formerly in Trichocereus, they will go to Sörensia, or they are already in Sörensia. And for good reason. I mean, if you can really show the relationship on the seed form, the shape of the seed corn and the size. In the past, they kind of treated that a little bit like it's not so importantly, but now I think the general consensus has changed. Today they are looking at the size of the cactus seeds, and they're looking a lot closer at it now. Okay. So this was grandiflorus, and it was the fruit on the back. 2025. So yeah, thank you guys for joining me. Also happy to take questions if you like. If not, I will just continue to clean seeds. I have a good one here that I just saw that I want to clean now. That's the next one. And it's Gräsers Erfolg Selbstbestäubung N. Cantora Gelb. Really spectacular kind of hybrid. Amazing ruffled flowers. And I need to clean these. They are great. So the mother here is an Aporo candicans hybrid. Means it goes back to the hybrid Aporo cactus flagelliformis crossed with Sörensia candicans with Trichocereus candicans. At the time, it was a Trichocereus, and yeah, these go into that direction. Very massive body, kind of sick plant like Tersheki, like the more big Andean kind of cacti. But the flowers are ruffled and pretty big also. This has been crossed with Cantora, and the Cantora has increased the flower size. Improved the quality of the flower a little bit. So this is in every way, it is an improved version of one of those Gräser hybrids, one of those ruffled flowering Gräser hybrids. Okay, here's even a spine that I brought in with me from the fruit when I was cleaning the fruit. Okay. And the fruit isn't big here. This is maybe 300-400 seeds. This is the classic kind of flower where you have that is kind of big. If you use that, it's kind of like if you have such a number of seeds, you're already happy with it. Seen a lot worse. Just this year alone, some of the best crosses that I made, they had maybe 20, 30, 50 seeds in them, in the fruit. Yeah, hey, good morning, everyone. Great to have you around. I'm just cleaning seeds here. I've already went through all the containers of the seedlings and all. I have a little fire going beside me. Just gotta make sure it's not going out. Well, I think it's okay for now. I'm just happy when the week is over. And I hope that everything goes smoothly with my window, with my heating oil. I just want to get through the winter now. In this cross, what I see is a lot of seeds that didn't develop, like where you have seeds, but only like maybe half of the of whatever was in there, like in the fruit, has developed. And you see that sometimes, like genetically, not all crosses are healthy. Or maybe I just didn't put enough pollen on the flower. Sometimes when you make a pollination and you only have a limited amount of pollen, it's not enough to produce the maximum amount of seeds. That can happen. Okay. Yeah, I'm constantly bringing back little seeds that I accidentally sorted out. There are a few here and there, a few viables here and there that are among the ones that I sort out here. Most of what I sort out is very flat, will never grow into a healthy cactus seedling. Okay. Yeah, moving forward, this is looking good. I want to get to the point where I mostly have viable seeds. I try to get rid of the unviable ones. Just letting them roll around on a piece of paper. And due to the fact that the viable seeds are round, nice, have a nice round shape, they often roll to the side. And the stuff that's left in center is unviable. Just the kind of material that is shaped differently, not like a round corn of seed. Okay. I decided that later today I want to get some sort of Christmas light that I want to put up. Maybe here on the channel or maybe upstairs in the house. I kind of don't want to, you know, it's a bad year this year for me, but I don't want to kind of let it take over completely. So I decided I would just put something up. Just something to have some sort of normality in this kind of thing this year. Okay. Yeah, this is looking great. I already sorted out a lot. I mean, you can probably see a little bit of the little things that I've sorted out here. There's no perfect way to divide between viable and unviable seeds. Sometimes you have to go through it yourself. But you get used to it. You get good at it. You get experienced in seeing which seeds still have potential and which ones don't. Sometimes it can be easier to just watch them again. At this point, I'm getting close to it, honestly. This is the point where where you might as well just get up and put them in a sieve again, clean everything that maybe washes through the sieve, and then dry them again. But I'm too lazy now. So yeah, let me see if I can throw something onto the oven, maybe a piece of wood, something like that. Let me see here. But before I open up the oven, I always gotta open the air, because otherwise when I open up the door of the oven, it will smoke out the whole room. So yeah, let me see. feels nice to just throw a piece of wood into the oven sometimes. It just has something like that ancient kind of knowledge inside your DNA that always did that in winter. Okay. I'm back. Just got to make sure that the fire doesn't go out. Kami's otherwise, like, I could really see this morning when Kami was walking through the house that she had cold. I still don't run the heater at the highest level in order to save a little bit of heating oil, because we could run out at any moment. Like, honestly, every moment this week we can run out, and I hope that we will get it delivered soon. It's always a lot of work to get heating oil delivered where I live. I'm living like off-road kind of thing, you know, and everything needs to be transported to the house, carried to the house. And when they deliver the heating oil, I gotta pull the tube, the long tube of the heating oil. Like, you have a 40-50 meter tube that you gotta pull up to the house, and it's so much work. So I'm always glad when that part of winter, like when I'm at that part of winter where I can just lean back and can say, okay, now I have everything that I need to get through the winter. When you live a little bit off like, you know, off grid a little bit, away from the street, then it's always a tougher life. Everything, like when my grandparents were still living here, my grandfather had to carry huge buckets full of coal, and he had to carry these to the house just to not freeze in winter, you know. So they were stocking up with coal, and they had an oven, like one of those kind of indoor ovens where you put oil in it, like the classic kind of, I don't know if they are even still built, but you would just put oil in it and it would light a fire. And that's how they heated the house before. And when I got here, I first put in a wood oven to allow every now and then to at least provide a little bit of additional heat every now and then when the central heating is out. And I'm so happy that I did that. Sometimes I was in situations where I could have put money aside and put them into something, you know, building something actually big. And that was one of those moments where I didn't, you know, where I really used the money wisely, bought a nice oven. And since then, things are a lot easier in winter here. It just makes a huge difference. A friend of mine, and she's living in a state where they have a lot of old school heating equipment still. So she's running also one of those oil heaters, like a heating oil kind of thing, central heating. And her thing fell out. Total outage on the heater, on the central heating, and she has no alternatives when that thing goes out. And it now took her over the weekend like 2 days or so to get someone to look into it, to try to fix the heater. And I'm not in a situation like that anymore, where I then am totally cold, you know, where you have no other way to heat the house. And that's how it was before, like when I was younger. I'm really happy with the fire right now. I can see everything's going crazy right now. A lot of fire. Nice feeling. Gives you that kind of Neanderthal kind of vibe, you know, like you are reminded about this ancient kind of remnant in our DNA, probably, to just light a fire. Okay. Things are great here. Check it out. I continue to always constantly filter out unviable seeds, and this cross, it was particularly bad in this one. A lot of unviable seeds, and I filtered them all out now, just rolling the seeds back and forth on a piece of paper. It's time consuming, but it does the work. It's old school kind of work, but it works. And then I will put these aside because these are good enough to sow them out. The cross that I made here, it is Gräsers Erfolg, Selbstbestäubung, Cantora, and Asterix. So it's a kind of multi-hybrid, kind of Lobivia kind of hybrid. So definitely interesting. Could produce something very unusual. I've seen similar hybrids this year. The first one has flowered this year on the channel, and the flower was disappointing, though. I mean, we'll see. Not every cross is the same. Sometimes you make the same cross different times and with different results. And in this case, the mother plant is different. This is the one with Cantora. And with Cantora, I see more potential to have a true hybrid. Okay. This is enough for me. I mean, I could continue to clean it, but for now I'm happy. This is okay. This is okay. I like this. This is very good. So, okay. Just going through the seeds one last time because I always overlook little viable seeds here and there. It's not a problem. I mean, you have so many seeds as a breeder. But if you can, bring them back. When I'm sowing these out, I would be happy that I took the extra effort to grab the few viable seeds that I've seen lying on the ground here. When you see the plant flowering in front of you, you will know that it was worth it. The little bit of extra work that we're doing here. Okay. So these are from the 2025 season. Gräsers Erfolg, Selbstbestäubung, meaning Gräsers Erfolg, self-pollination, crossed with Cantora. Yeah, and the father. 2025. Okay. I'm very happy that we actually cleaned those. This is a good cross. Let me see what the next one is here. Still finding viable seeds here and there, but I don't want to overdo it. You know, at some point you keep finding stuff and you keep wasting time. But like I said, they are good. It's a really nice flower. Come on, man. Okay, so yeah, think I'm ending the stream soon. Want to thank you all for participating, guys. I appreciate it, you know. Thank you for coming every day, making the stream something cool. It's always interesting. You never know what kind of a question comes. So yeah, I enjoy that. We'll be doing more of them tomorrow. And hopefully I will be able to tell you about my my new window then. Maybe tomorrow or the day after. I'm not sure. I haven't heard back from the company yet, but they want to do it this week. And it would be great because I'm windowless right now. I kind of used like this kind of flex tape to kind of seal the window that it doesn't rain into my bathroom, and it works kind of a little bit. It works mostly, but it's really better when you have a bathroom window. That is my personal impression. So I'm looking forward to that again very soon. Okay, guys, thank you for being here. I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you.